Welcome to Talkin Trash, and today we're at the Becker County Solid Waste Campus, and I'm with Steve Skoog, the Land Use Director. Hi, Steve.
Hi, Sandy. Good morning.
Good morning. We're at one of our favorite places. Actually, it's all our favorites. So can you explain where we're at?
Sure. We're at the Becker County Demolition Landfill. This is a specially designed place where all our building materials, they come from demolition projects or residuals from new construction projects. The county has to have a place where those commodities can go, or the waste products can go. Demolition products are not allowed to be placed in our municipal solid waste stream, which is separate from demolition materials. So just to define that, our municipal solid waste, which is defined as household trash and those kind of things, they go to a different type of landfill, which we do not have in the county. But we're able to keep those building materials, waste building products here, which minimizes transportation and other costs, and we landfill it here.
So what kind of things go in a demolition landfill?
That's a very interesting question. We have a lot of different types of building materials. It can be anything from old buildings, which would be old boards, rotted boards, shingles, old windows, siding, countertops, everything that goes into a building. There's also some exceptions. There's things that cannot go in there that are loose asbestos containing materials, hazardous waste, caulking tubes. There's things like that if exposed to the environment, they can get down into the groundwater and cause problems.
Yep. We actually have a whole list at our transfer station, at our pay station, and online that tell what can go in a demolition landfill and what can't. And so if you're interested in that. But demolition has changed quite a bit in the last few years. Can you kind of explain a little bit? Do we do things differently than 10 years ago?
Absolutely. The demolition materials themselves, we're getting more commodities now in the waste stream that have a wider range of chemicals and materials in them. There's a commonly called thing called PFAS out there that's caused a lot of angst and concern nationally, that it's called a forever chemical. It doesn't break down. It's a type of chemical that will flow through the groundwater. It's very difficult to contain, and that's going to cause changes on how we operate a demolition landfill going into the future. So the type of commodities we have has changed, but probably what's changed more is our awareness of the impact of what we've placed into these demolition landfills.
So things like green treated wood.
Sure, green treated wood is or creosote containing anything with chemicals that can leach into the groundwater we don't want in here.
That doesn't go in demolition. That would actually go into the municipal solid waste stream and go to a lined landfill. So this demolition landfill, and we'll talk about the engineering of a landfill. Is this particular landfill that we have, the demolition landfill, is it lined? Is it unlined? What's the difference?
Well, technically it's not a lined landfill. Like, we don't have a synthetic liner. Fortunately, around here we have clay as a base, and water doesn't go through clay as easily as it does through sand or other type of aggregate material.
So that's a pretty good liner for...
It's better, but it's not necessarily the best, right?
The best. And so, and PFAS, you'll be hearing a little bit more about that in coming discussion, because it's an up-and-coming concern for statewide and, as Steve said, countrywide. So I think this is kind of interesting. How many years do we have, how many cells do we have available to bury in?
Well, there's a lot of space here. The county, my predecessors had the foresight to get enough land to build a very large demolition landfill over time. And so we're at a point now where the base layer, we're about half full. And we've been here, 20 years maybe?
Okay. So with our next show, we'll talk a little bit more about cells and that kind of thing. And so thank you very much. Have a great day.